Hey everyone, I am back with another video for you. For those of you who don't know me, hi, my name is Amanda. Welcome to my channel. I'm gonna do a reading to find out where you're at. There's been a lot of growth, a lot of change, and yeah, I want to find out where the collective is at. There's been quite a bit of healing going on. And yeah, let's see what Spirit says, and through the eyes of Spirit to see your progress, your evolution. It's been a while since I put out a video, but there's tons of shorts there. Everything is timeless, of course, unless it's, you know, time specific. You can check out my Instagram page. I put stuff on the stories there. I use other cards that I don't use on YouTube. You can get all that information on my homepage. Okay, Spirit, what do you have for the collective to find out where they're at? I'm hearing take them. That's too many. That's so many though. What? Okay, these came out in twos, so I'm gonna do them in 3 sections. Okay, so you should find yourself somewhere in this. So the first one is the forest and the healer. So some of you might be resonating with being a healer, being from the forest realm. Next we have the ocean. It could be a water sign. Could deal with the water realm, and then we also have the shadow. This could also be indicative of laying things to rest, emotions, and we have the sword and the ring. So someone is fighting for love in their life. Okay, so we have three separate sections. Okay. These ones. Okay, so for the forest and the healer, what can you tell me about people that are resonating in their healing journey and their transformation? What can you tell me about the forest and the healer? The star. Yeah, you're a star healer. You are the wish. You made a wish. God's heard your wish. Should I take those? Should I take them? Should I take them? Because I heard yes, and then I got a no. So that's too many though. Okay, fuck it. I'm not doing that. Don't fucking play with me. There's a lot of energy swirling around. There's a lot of finalization. Tomorrow's February starts, so letting the dust settle has been kind of a theme for today. Which is funny because I just dusted, so wiping out the old dust. I can't wait for spring cleaning. What can you tell me more about the forest and the healer? The Four of Wands. I just heard enjoyment. And the Four of Wands is a very happy card. And then we have the Moon and the Death card. Yeah, so the fact that you're getting the Moon and the Star with the Four of Wands, someone has a very big wish when it comes to healing their past. I heard standing tall. And death to normal, no more hiding, no more being in the dark. Okay, what can you tell me about the collective that is in this ocean and shadow energy? What can you tell me about the collective that's in the ocean and the shadow energy? You're looking into the depths of your emotions. And the depths of like death, like mortality. Maybe you're looking at your own mortality, the mortality of the people around you, the devil. The energies that are around you, the energies that got you to the place that you're. So if you're resonating with this, this section or this, I don't know, column, this energy, then this seems like you're maybe new on your journey. Not so new, but you've definitely, you're going within, you're retreating within. You're actually taking a look at everything inside of you and what's around you, which is, this is the most difficult part of the journey, I find, or I found. It's the most ugliest one, let's put it that way. To see people for who they really are. And to see where you gave your power away, and to see who you were because of the people that you kept around you. The Page of Wands. You're learning about your own worth. You're learning about your own desires and what you want for your life. What else can you tell me about the ocean and the shadow? Yeah, the duality of you, the light and the dark within you. The gray area. You might be someone that used to think that life was black and white. There are a lot of people out there that believe that life is very black and white, that there are no gray areas, but I'm not one of those people. I believe that there are gray areas. The Hierophant. Yeah. You're taking a look at right and wrong. You're taking a look at what you believe, not what other people believe. You're finding your faith. I'm hearing one more. Oh, perfect. The Five of Wands. Yeah, you're fighting. You're fighting the people around you. You're fighting the depths of your emotions. You're fighting through your mental anguish, the capacity to be able to get rid of all of that stuff so that you can fill your brain and your body and your vessel with good things. Okay, yeah. I just heard peace be with you. The High Priestess. So you might resonate with being a high priestess that who's at the beginning of their journey. I heard everything's gonna be okay. Yeah, I heard feminine. Learning to be more feminine, maybe. Maybe this is for feminine in this column, this energy. Okay, what can we get for the people in the collective that are at the Sword and the Ring level? So I feel like this is the beginning. I feel like this is the middle, which is weird. I just heard like middle child. How the middle child is always like, if you are like come in threes, if you have like someone older and someone younger than you, the middle child always gets the crap. The middle child is the one that's like the black sheep, or the they get the short end of the stick, let's just say. So the middle child has it the worst, and then the collective that feels a part of the healer in the forest, they've already come out of this energy and are starting and have that vision. So what can you tell me about the sword and the ring? I feel like this is someone, parts of the collective that are further in their journey, that are ready to come like into union. Yeah, the union of opposites, night and day. You've been struck by lightning. The lightning of love. And you see in someone your future. Okay, what can you tell me about the sword and the ring, please? Don't rush yourself. We all are at different parts of our journey, different parts of our healing. So put yourself where you belong and take what resonates and leave the rest. So we have the Queen of Wands. Yeah. I feel like this is specifically for a masculine. 10 of Pentacles. Yeah, you're coming into your finances. You see your Queen of Wands, someone who lights you up in all of the ways, mind, body, soul, spirit. I heard she's your daylight, so she's your sun, your moon, your stars. What else can you tell me about? The Five of Cups was peeking out, so maybe the person that you have your eye on doesn't see, or you think that she doesn't see. Ace of Cups. Yeah, she's your Ace of Cups. I heard you'll pour into each other. With the sword, she's your truth. And you're going to fight for her. The Emperor. Yeah. Wow, that's really good. So you're at Emperor status, so you've done the work, and you're starting to feel like you have everything ready to go before you make this move towards this Queen of Wands. Beautiful. Amazing. Yeah, Two of Pentacles. Balancing. And that can go for all of these, right? Learning to balance everything. Learning to balance the emotions. Learning to balance the light and the dark, learning to balance your life, your finances, your passion, learning to balance the start and the stops, whether to move forward, how fast to move forward, and when to take a pause and take a break, right? Which is going into the forest. Yeah, okay, so what can we get? This is the Time Traveler's Oracle. What can I get for this wish and this moon and this Four of Wands for the collective that is the healer in the forest? Really, all of them? Okay, so there's a lot going on. There's a lot of Spirit wants to say. There's probably a lot that you want to say, a lot that you are finding out about yourself and others. Okay, I just saw like a swirling like this. And I was watching another reader, and they were saying about Aries, there's like something like 7 planets go into that or something like that. Don't quote me on that. You're gonna have to look that up. But that's a lot of energy moving into one sign, right? So we have miracles. We have been getting a lot of aurora borealis. Maybe you're the miracle. Maybe the healing that you're doing on yourself and in your life has been a miracle. You are a leader. If you're a healer, you're most likely a leader. You may have ties to Egyptian, Courage. Yeah, it takes a lot of courage to go through what you're going through, to step up, to go after your dreams, to leave it all behind, to make that move. Expansion. Yeah, you're expanding your horizons, you're expanding your vision, you're expanding your dream, you're expanding your healing. And you are transcending. I feel like you're transcending, especially in the 5D, going into the force, doing your work, really illuminating your spiritual powers. Beautiful, gorgeous. Okay, what can you tell me about the collective energy that is in the ocean and the shadow right now, dealing with the Page of Wands and the Hierophant? What can you tell me about that? Peace. Yeah, you're looking for peace. You're going after your peace. You're protecting your peace, right? And that's like a saint or a monk, right? It goes very much with the Hierophant and the bird that he has in his hand, like the sparrow, is one of God's birds, one of the strongest, tiniest birds that are extremely resilient. So know that you are strong and resilient. What else can you tell me? What else can you tell me about the spirit? For the collective that is in the ocean and the shadow right now, with the Hierophant and the Page of Wands. Protecting their peace, going after their peace. I heard collective work, if you're resonating with being a high priestess. Or you could be a masculine going after a high priestess. You have your eye on the high priestess. Take what resonates. What else can you tell me, please? Oh, now we don't want to talk? I'm hearing slow it down. Don't be in a hurry to rush your healing. We all heal at different times. Time is not linear. Sometimes you'll make a lot of progress and you'll have to slow down. Sometimes you'll have to repeat cycles until you learn. Some people will move faster than you and some people won't. It just depends, right? Do what's right for you and don't be hard on yourself. Go at your own pace. We all have different soul journeys. We all have different life lessons. What you will find on your path, another person may not have on their path. And it doesn't make one person better or worse than another. What can you tell me about this peace, please, Spirit? The shadow, the ocean. Should I do another one? I heard blue. You might be feeling really sad right now. Understandable. Maybe you're going through some depression. Maybe you get seasonal depression. What can you tell me? But there's a lot of brightness on this other end. So I feel like you'll be coming out of this shortly. Maybe springtime. Can you please? Okay. Patience. See, I was just talking about patience. That whole time I was shuffling, right? Slowing it down, being patient, meditate more. And again, with this is like a Tibetan Buddha, I think. Yeah. Again, with the monk and the Hierophant, the spirituality, the religion, really finding out your values, your morals, what you believe, what you know to be true inside of you, really listening to your inner voice, your inner child, what your heart and soul want. Yeah, I just felt like kind of a release in my head and a little bit off my heart. Maybe someone really needed the validation that you're on the right path, you're doing the right thing, you don't have to move so fast. It's okay to take a breath. Okay, Spirit, what can you tell me about the sword and the ring, this Emperor, this Queen of Wands? Can you tell me about this Emperor and this Queen of Wands, please? I just heard what's their motive, but I would imagine marriage is their motive. What can you tell me? Creative collaboration, maybe? Interesting. Ooh. Ooh. Stillness. I just heard be still my heart. I just heard you have work to do together. This is a spiritual union. And you see how strong the temple is? The discipline between the two of you and the softness of the trees, and how the monk holds steady. I feel like this union has been a long time coming, and there's been forces against you, trials and challenges, but the both of you have remained vigilant in your discipline. Okay, that's interesting. What else can you tell me, like, about this ring and this sword and this union? I heard coming into a lot of money. I don't know for who. Could be for both. Maybe your union will bring much abundance. It's a spiritual one, I would imagine so. Freedom. You both have a dream. It's a spiritual dream. It's spiritually based. I heard community work. I heard, like, before community work, I heard like the bringing together of people for healing. I mean, that could be families, that could be communities, that could be just humanity in general. Take it as it resonates. Beautiful, yeah. Gorgeous, yeah. Ooh. I just got like a weight off my shoulders and off the back of my arms, almost like spreading of wings. And the bottom of the deck, we have adventure. Yeah. For whatever pile you resonate, it's an adventure, you know? And much like the desert, you know, it gets hot. It tests you to see how strong you are. There'll be times of thirst, times of hunger. You will have to work your way through storms. I heard abrasiveness. I don't know, but for some reason I'm thinking of like the camel and the clothes. Like there's a softness about the clothes that you wear. There's a softness around you. To value that softness, to hold that softness. And I'm going to take that as like a self-love thing, to hold your self-love, to keep moving forward, to keep persevering, because it's totally worth it. And I think that we all know that. Yeah. If this resonated with you, give it a, why is my throat? If this resonated with you, give it a thumbs up. Maybe comment down below what pile you found yourself in. Yeah, I hope everyone has a wonderful weekend. I'm doing this Saturday, but I think that I will post this tomorrow on Sunday. And yeah, keep doing your best work. God bless. Peace.